In this video, I am going to be showing you guys how to build in spots that you normally couldn't. A new Discord of events, updates and more, linked in the description and comments below. Hello everybody, Crusher Callan here, and today I'm playing Ark Survival Evolved. In this episode, I'm going to be showing you how to build almost anywhere, like you guys saw in the intro, so let's get into it. So, there are two main methods for this, one that involves cliff platforms, and one that involves simply foundations and pillars. So let's get into the first method, which is cliff platforms. So, I've chosen the astral biome. You can do this in specific places. It won't work everywhere, but it is definitely worth a shot because cliff platforms is a lot more varied and can be used in more locations than the second method. So let's get into it. So, I want to build on this little platform here, but I can't. It says no ground or snap point. But for some reason, cliff platforms bend the rules a little bit, and I can place a cliff platform. So I could just place a cliff platform like that, and then live on the cliff platform. But let's say I don't actually want my base on a cliff platform for whatever reason. In that case, I'm going to place a cliff plat above the location, as close as I can get it, and then I want to get pillars, and I want to build them off of the cliff platform, going down to where I want to build. And then I want to take my foundations and snap them to the pillars. So as you'll be able to see, I can actually build off of these foundations here, and the foundations provide support. So I can place foundations as far as long as I want without actually needing support from the cliff platform. So what you do is you build it out as much as you want, and then you can actually come over and destroy the cliff platform and destroy the last pillars, and your base will actually stay up. My foundations are still here, and I can continue to expand it normally. So it's all about getting the first foundations down with support from the cliff platform. It's impossible to start without a cliff platform in this scenario because there is no land or anything that I can build off of. So this is a really sketchy design. Obviously you'd structure it a lot better, but as you can see here, I've got all this down and I normally wouldn't be able to. So it's as simple as cliff platforms, pillars going down, snapping foundations to the pillars, and then if you want, you can get rid of the pillars and cliff platforms and build your base out normally. So you can build anything on these walls, teleporters, foundations, anything. As long as it snaps to the foundations, then you're fine. So that is the first method. Let's head over to the second one. Alrighty, I am back with the second method of building anywhere. So let's get into it. This is the one that you guys saw in the intro. So, this method is not as good as the first method because it's a lot more expensive and is a lot more work and is very easy to stuff up. But it is necessary for certain locations like this one here. This is one of the big mega tribe spots on Gen 2, and a lot of them like to build here, and I'm going to show you how. So, the first method doesn't work as you can't place cliff platforms on this structure. The big metal pillar thing just doesn't allow the placement of a cliff platform, which is very rare. There are not many locations where this will happen, but this is one of them. But we do have this mountain here which acts almost exactly the same as a cliff platform. I can place pillars on it, which means that I can get support up to there. So let's get into it. So you want to start with your pillar wherever you want to be building up to, and you want to build your pillar up 3 high and then go 3 ceilings across. Build your pillars down, try and get the lowest snap if you can, saves you some pillars, and then you can place a triangle foundation, snap to the pillar. That will provide this pillar support. You can then build 2 pillars up and 2 ceilings across, and then you can build pillars down and keep going until you get to the height that you want to be at. Now I would not recommend doing this out of metal. I personally did it out of thatch and wood. It is a lot cheaper, especially if you're trying to get all the way up there. It takes a lot of time and a lot of effort, but it is definitely worthwhile doing. So as you can see here, I'm able to snap foundations to these pillars here, and that gives me the support that I need to keep going along with them. And you can actually go 4 along if you get a foundation down, snap to the pillar. So as you can see, you can just keep going up. And so it's worthwhile placing the foundations because you can keep going when you just have pillars, but the foundations are what actually allowed you to go 2 or 3. So that allows me to go 2. If I didn't have that foundation there, I wouldn't have been able to go 2. And so this one's a lot more expensive, but if you're really determined and you got resources to spare, and the base location is just that good, then it's definitely worthwhile doing. And so as you can see, I can snap foundations, and I continue building off. And so as you can see, I can keep going and going and going, up and up and up, as far as I need to go. And once you're done, so this is what it kind of looks like. Once you're done, you can go all the way up, get your last foundation down, and then you can go through and demolish all the pillars that you don't need. And then the thing will fall apart, the whole frame, and you'll be able to just leave it at the foundation that you've got placed down. So get rid of all of these. They should begin to collapse. And if you wish, you can even leave just the last foundation up at the top if you want as well. Let's just say I want this top foundation, get rid of the other ones on their way up, and just leave it at the top. As you can see, got the one foundation. You wouldn't even know that this was all here once all the rubble disappears. But yeah, so that is the 2 best methods for placing foundations in places the game really doesn't want you to. It's a great method for building in some really, really nice spots, and it's definitely worth trialing if you find a really nice new base location, but it says no ground or snap point. But yeah, so if you enjoyed the video, please do leave a like, and if you've got any feedback, put it in the comment section down below, and hopefully I will see you all in the next video. Bye!